Добрый день еще раз. Приветствую тех, кто только присоединился. Меня зовут Александр Змеил, главный редактор ArchSpeech, куратор архитектурного форума, который проходит сегодня в соседнем павильоне номер 2. И буквально сейчас началась вторая сессия. Мы сфокусированы на жилье, 5 сессий, посвященных жилью. И ведущие российские и зарубежные архитекторы, девелоперы, заказчики, подрядчики, консультанты участвуют в нашем архитектурном форуме в соседнем павильоне. Так что, если вам интересна тема жилья, современного жилья в России, то милость просим. Плюс спикеры форума, и не только форума, приходят на нашу площадку. И у нас в гостях сейчас замечательный архитектор Перо Пулиз. И интервью будет проходить на английском языке. Мы будем говорить прежде всего о жилье. Через какое-то время мы выложим с переводом наше интервью для тех, кто не говорит на английском. Ну, я думаю, мы начнем. Это будет совсем короткое интервью. Thank you for taking part in MosBuild.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. And we are focused this year on housing. It's our main topic of our architectural forum of modern housing. And could you share your vision of housing, of the future of housing? What is the main trend in housing?
Housing is not changing so drastically as everybody thinks it change. Housing changed together with the city. You have to know that more than 80% of our city consists of residential building. So if I would have to speak about tomorrow of the housing, I should also speak about tomorrow of the city and future of the city. I think that cities are going to be more and more densely populated. I think that the cities are going to go more and more in a height. I think that the cities or those buildings would consist of smaller and smaller buildings because that's something which is sustainable. And when I'm saying smaller units, that does not mean less of the quality, because the quality is going to happen on the ground floor probably.
Okay, thank you. And you have experience in different countries, yeah, including Russia, as I know. And correct, yes? You have projects in Russia,
yes,
as I know.
Yes.
And what is the difference between design housing in Russia and in other countries? What is the main difference?
Actually, more or less, wherever I've been working as an architect, people are the same. People like to have apartment with an outside space. People like to have a kind of nice view. People like to have that their kids are growing up in a safe environment. So in that sense, housing does not differ so much from country to country. I think that it differs very much for the climate. That's actually a serious aspect of how do we live, basically, how much time we spend outside. In the last work that we are doing here in Moscow, it's very difficult to draw a kind of clear line in between urban planning and design of residential building. At least my experience of Moscow and Russia is that the volume and architect design is far bigger than in, for example, countries as Poland, is where I have my own office. So what I found actually interesting in that sense is that as an architect you have more space to organize environments of open public spaces, of semi-public spaces for inhabitants than you would have in countries as Poland.
Okay, thank you. And here in Russia, we're proud of Russian avant-garde of 1920s. It's a very big, part of our heritage, and a lot of ideas of this period. in now is very actual like micro living, share living. And how do you think, is it a very important trend in residence or not?
Of course, as apartments are becoming smaller, everybody starts to think how we can optimize use of such spaces. For example, the last trend in Holland is called Friends, referring to this American soap where there are a series of different people living in one apartment. Everybody has his own rooms, sleeping room, and then the main living room is the place where everything happens, from love to kind of chats to sort of speaking bad things about each other. So what we see in Amsterdam, we also see the trend that, especially among younger people, that people are actually living together in the same apartment. And we also we see the idea about sharing some community facilities is becoming more and more common. For example, laundry, vacuum cleaner, all of this stuff takes a lot of space in a house, which you don't have to possess on your own, but you can share it with other people. When we come to the families, then this kind of ideas are less.
I last personal question. Could you tell something about house you live in, if it's not secret? About your house, your home. Yeah. What is it?
Это вот этот концепт, который тебе показал.
Like an apartment or house?
А потом я увидел,
I
что
would just say that my house has one very beautiful horizontal window, which
я
is
поставил себе коробочку, у меня теперь бардачок,
70 centimeters high, and which is 4 meters long,
ровненная связь,
and has a very beautiful,
и мне пришлось
view outside. So it's kind of painting.
Okay, did you take part in the design of this house? No, it's not your project. Okay, thank you so much for this information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
И в машине держу.
Спасибо большое.